Soil health is not a new concept in Nebraska. Ag producers have been doing cover crops and no-till to improve their soils. Daz Saurav, UNL, assistant professor at the Panhandle Research Extension and Education Center, said to be quantitative and not just qualitative in soil health, they came up with a concept of a soil health gap in 2020.
Whereas we are using the rangelands or grasslands, the land which hasn't been kind of like any kind of agronomic practices as our reference, and we are trying to compare our cropland with those lands, so to see how much the soil quality has degraded over the years during when we introduced so many agronomic practices.
The University of Nebraska-Lincoln and the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service collaborated to create a 3-part series entitled the Nebraska Soil Health School.
When we started working with the analysis, we also realized that each soil has its own potential. Like the soil in Scottsbluff and soil in Lincoln have different potential based on how the soil has formed. We have more sandy soils in the west compared to the more loamy soil in the east, so each soil has its own potential.
Saurav said in soil health they measure a lot of different indicators. He explained how he relates the findings back to producers.
I try to contextualize soil health gap in terms of soil organic matters. Like let's say your reference state has a 5% soil organic matters and your cropland has a 2% organic matter, so there is a gap of 3% organic matter. So by introducing regenerative practices, probably you can improve that to the next level.
The Nebraska Soil Health School was held in June at the West Central Research Extension and Education Center in North Platte. The final Soil Health School will be August 1st and 2nd at the Haskell Lab in Concord, Nebraska. This report has been brought to you by the UNL Panhandle Research Extension and Education Center in Scottsbluff, Nebraska.